Nice key.
The walk of shame.
Little baby snail.
How's it going, man? Need some vice grips.
I feel like that one got a little loose.
Now we're getting frickin' spray from the.
The only one that I felt a little loose is that front one on my side. Yeah. And we got the ramp.
Yeah, I'll crank the front one a little bit, and I think we're good.
Mm-hmm. Got an intercooler now.
I know that thing. I am shocked. That is massive.
You think so?
For how small
tiny.
this engine is and like new stuff, I feel like they try to do the smallest thing imaginable, but that thing is really thick.
Yeah, I guess so. Just used to the ones that the 7.3s use.
Yeah, Hondas and stuff. I mean, that seems like a really big intercooler for what it is. This isn't the steepest part of the hill, but it definitely feels like it's wanting to pull more than.
Yeah.
Damn, dude, look at that shit. 18 pounds of boost.
Damn.
Oh, son, she's ripping.
It's all sporty. Yeah.
She's chooching right now. That's way faster.
What did you do yesterday?
I pulled off that silly little exhaust back pressure sensor tube and cleaned it off. It didn't look like it was clogged. It looked pretty normal, but cleaned it out as best I could. And for reference, I've never seen this thing make over 12 pounds of boost, like fully floored, and I am able to hit 20 now. So I think that made a big difference. I don't know about fuel mileage wise, but it is definitely running
a lot better.
A lot better.
Hell yeah. So yeah, a whole bunch of you guys left some comments on the last video where we straight piped this truck about cleaning out exhaust back pressure sensor and tube, and well, for one, I'm sorry about the voice, kind of lost it. But yeah, I totally forgot about that sensor and that tube getting clogged and really affecting power and economy. So Justin saw the comments and went ahead and did it, and definitely an improvement, huh?
Yeah, I mean, this is the first 7.3 that I've owned. So I had seen at some point somebody talking about it or changing it out or something, but then reading all the comments, I went ahead and pulled it off and cleaned it. I mean, it would not have been a thing that I thought of cleaning.
Yeah, I totally forgot about it, and it's something that I actually got to do with my truck too, because it's probably never been done. So I'm really curious to see how it affects that truck. So one of these days we'll get the truck in the shop and get that cleaned out too. Right now we're kind of testing out the truck, doing it before we do the KC turbo and the intercooler. So we've got trailer hooked up with a rolling-ish frame out of a newer F-150 that we're not going to tell you what we're going to do with that thing yet. It's a little bit of a secret that I think a lot of you guys are going to be really excited about if we can pull it off. So that is going to be for
future projects.
Yep. For now, more than anything, we just want to see how the truck handles I mean, it's a pretty light load, I would say.
Yeah, it's not heavy by any means, but it's enough to get a little bit of an idea. And I mean, the grade that we are pulling is absurd right now.
Yeah.
And I could go faster, but EGTs are a thing. You cannot ignore them.
Yeah, so that's some of the things that we want to fix in this truck by going to an intercooler, to that KC turbo. This thing should run a lot better. Right now we just want to do some baseline testing and see how the truck handles all this being stock. Obviously, Justin has had it for a while, and the whole reason why we want to do this is because it's not much, that the truck has stock. So
yeah, I mean, it should. I'm excited to see the difference. Just cleaning the tube, the truck feels totally different than what it has been before, but I mean, I have plans to go, towing a Jeep to Moab, do wheeling with the family and stuff like that, going off-roading. So it will be a highway towing vehicle, so it needs to perform. I can't have any issues. I don't want to be driving 25 miles an hour up a grade, because that just adds to the length of the trip. When you have small kids, they don't like to sit very long.
No, they don't. We're going to build it up slowly. Eventually we're going to do probably injector, fuel system, all that stuff, but we want to start with at least that intercooler and that amazing KC turbo to really help out the truck.
Don't get it twisted. If I had money, I would do everything all at once, but I'm just a poor boy.
Yeah, if anybody wants to sponsor the build, hit us up. YouTube does love this truck and Justin over here, so definitely hit us up. Some injectors, e-fuel system. We'll take anything. It's honestly silly how such a little insignificant thing, I guess, affects the truck so much.
Which was crazy to me, owning a truck like this now. You think about back in the day and the fact that they towed stuff and didn't have gauges. Because I'm sitting here bird dogging these things. And driving, and granted the speed limit back then probably I think was 55 everywhere on the highways, but you think about the fact that these things have such a crappy restricted downpipe.
Oh my god.
And then no gauges to keep track of anything. Like, how did they even last as long as they did? Because I am paranoid the whole time.
I think it's better if you just take those gauges off.
Yeah, just don't look. Just don't watch. But how am I going to see boost numbers if I don't have gauges?
Leave the boost one on. That's the fun one.
Yeah. Oh,
what is it?
Better, 11.
There we go.
Nice.
And with the trailer, arguably not super heavy, but still a trailer.
I think we did better. I think
hell yeah.
Cleaning that pipe made a difference. I might have to drive it to work a couple days and see.
I mean, I think you're definitely in the 13s now, in the teens.
Yeah. Diesel's just so damn expensive, I don't want to drive it.
Yeah,
So,
I don't blame you.
Look at that, 625, people. I'm not one to complain about fuel mileage, but when you have a shitty little Honda that gets 30 miles a gallon, you kind of want to drive that.
That's a no-brainer. All right, dude, so we're back from a little road trip. What are the final thoughts on all the mods?
I mean, the exhaust makes it cooler, for sure.
Yeah.
Still quiet inside. I mean, we were talking the whole time.
Yeah, no
nice.
yelling.
Yeah. So happy about that. I don't know if that necessarily remedied my fuel mileage, but cleaning the little exhaust back pressure sensor tube,
that did something.
We went and topped it off and checked it. And I mean, the grade that we went up is pretty steep. And I got 11 miles a gallon with the trailer, which it wasn't much weight, but that is an improvement.
Yeah, and for anybody that's familiar, that grade is the one going into Camp Verde on the 17th, so it's definitely substantial. It's a couple miles that we're going up a pretty steep grade.
Yeah.
It was not just the fuel improvement, it's the way the truck was driving, a lot more power, huh?
Yeah, seat of the pants feel, like, dyno numbers.
Which it's
way better.
It's great that you did that before the turbo swap, because like now all the improvements it's really going to be just purely turbo, intercooler, intake, all that stuff, and we'll see what the turbo can actually do with the truck running like it should be running now.
Yeah, because I think that's the thing I noticed is even pulling that grade, it wanted to keep driving faster, but my EGTs were getting up there, so I couldn't keep pushing it. But it would have drove the speed limit the entire time up it. It's just my EGTs were high.
That intercooler is just holding you back now, huh?
Yeah. So I think it's only going to get better. So I'm glad it was this, and I mean, because in my mind, I would have never thought to even check this tube because, like I said, first time owning a 7.3, but I was hoping that it wasn't going to be injectors because that's big money, and I don't want to ask my wife for it.
Luckily, everything that we got today, we actually got for free, which is crazy that the guy gave us. He gave us a 2015, right?
Yeah, it was a 2015 F-150 frame with an EcoBoost engine still sitting in it, and he gave us the transfer case, both the drive lines, the back wheels and tires also, which the tires are brand new, so I only need to buy 2 new tires.
Friggin' deal.
Yeah, I mean, he was super cool, dude.
It's like that meme, they gave it to me, but they actually gave it to us.
Yeah, free 99. All I had to do was pay for fuel.
Yeah, not a bad deal.
Well worth it for the idea we got cooking up.
Also, did you get that video that I sent you of my sweet DT360?
Yeah, it's still not a Cummins, dude. Look at
way better than a Cummins.
The size of that turbo.
That's about the size of the EcoBoost.
Yeah, it looks like an EcoBoost turbo.
But how clean was that thing under there?
Oh yeah,
that's freaking. You could eat off of that thing, and it's way better than a Cummins. I don't know what you're talking about.
It probably looks so clean because they didn't drive it because it's a piece of junk.
No, that's your Cummins.
Yeah.
This is industrial and commercial.
Need to get this thing going too.
I know, man.
Need to have
turbo feels good.
Oh yeah,
solid,
smooth.
Yeah, and I rotated the engine, and it rotates fine, nice and smooth. So
just need to get stuff done so we can do other things.
Throw this. Got the Allison right there. It's gonna be a unit.
170 horsepower. It's not far off a 7.3.
It's not gonna be. Well, it is gonna stay like that for a while, but eventually we'll throw a P-pump, some compounds on this thing, and it'll fly. And a huge thank you to everyone that watched and liked that video with Justin's truck and left us suggestions to clean that EVP tube. It definitely looks like it made a difference. And he typically doesn't daily drive that truck, but he's going to be daily driving it to see what type of fuel mileage he gets unloaded. Hopefully by the end of this week, we'll have his truck back here in the shop, and we're going to start doing that KC turbo on his truck along with the intercooler and all that other work. So it should be pretty fun. Meanwhile, we are putting the finishing touches on the 99304 axle swap that we're doing with the 4-link kit. So that should also be back on the ground this week, and we are getting ready to launch those kits. So a lot of exciting things are going to be happening these next few weeks, including a couple big builds that we are starting. So a lot of fun stuff coming your way. So definitely stay tuned, subscribe. Don't forget to leave any comments down below. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one.